What's up? Landed, man. Flying all damn day. Now I'm going home. Going home to go home. That's the craziest thing. Going home to go home. That's all I really can do. Go home to go home. Man, just want to talk about no, sticking together. You know what I'm saying? Fresh out the airport, moving around and stuff. Man, that's the only thing I say about LA. And on the East Coast, because it takes so long getting there. You know what I'm saying? It take a long ass time. Oh, I'm ready to back home. But I feel like sticking together is my topic. And I feel like sticking together is it's important, man. Because a lot of times we don't realize that we all we get. You know what I'm saying? I just start realizing like we doing this shit at the wrong time. Like we got technology to connect each other, but we're using the technology. And we divided like bad. Like we divided bad. And also I mean as a people, I mean races of people, ethnicities, countries, states. It's just like we're not using technology to band together at all. And it's honestly sad because when you think about it, back then when people was, let's say somebody in Mississippi, right? They had, they was farming and they knew how to, preserve meat good. They would have made more money and more business had they, had access to the world because they would have been able to sell to the world. You know what I'm saying? So my point is that we're using the internet to hate people. And some of these people, they ain't never been there. I'm seeing black folks talk about they don't like Africans and they ain't never really been to Africa. You can't go off somebody's experience because, shit, that's like me saying I hate New York because somebody yelled out the window, suck my dick. Which actually happens. But that's the most New Yorker shit that can happen to you. If somebody yell out the window and tell you, suck my dick, that's New York. That's what people do in New York. They will yell to you and say all kind of rude shit. But that's not gonna make me hate New York. New York's still a vibe. My point is saying is that, that shit always be happening. Yeah, that shit always happens. Yep. Yeah. So you got to think about that. We're using the internet to divide each other when we shouldn't be doing that. We should be using the internet to build, to learn from one another. Like I say, there's people that say they don't like Africa and they've been there. Let me tell you something about Africa. I was in Africa before, and I honestly got treated like a king from the man and the woman. Like, the dudes there was like, yo, what y'all need? Anything you need, we got you. You know what I'm saying? Dudes taking us around. He had a Bentley, riding us around town in a Bentley. Made sure nobody, did nothing to us. Because, of course, South Africa, people don't know about South Africa. South Africa got a country. Johannesburg and Cape Town, they out there thugging for real. So it can get bad when he was out there. And it's like I was in a club and I got too drunk, I couldn't even walk out the club. They could have stole my watch from me. They ain't do that. I'm gonna be real with you. If I was in Atlanta, they would have robbed me for my watch. Well, it wasn't mine, actually. I had Thug's watch on. And they would have robbed me. They would have robbed me in Atlanta, for sure. They would have robbed the fuck out of me, nigga. I couldn't walk either. Security would have did it. But the security made sure Nobody grabbed my arm. He pushing people. Man, they know me from a can of paint. And he didn't get no tip or nothing for that. I wish I would have loved to do for him. But my point is saying is that we are using the internet to divide. It's even to the point where you got, like, let's say, for instance, my own kind, black people. Now we saying light-skinned folks not black. Now we saying people who, you got any white in you recent, like if your grandma white, people saying that, shit, you not black no more. And shit, my grandma passed for a white woman. What's up, Grant? For sure. My grandmother passed for a white woman, which means like she lived through life in her earlier days as a white woman. Because my grandma went to high school and college. And she went to college at a time, her classmates was white people. It's at a time where black people couldn't go. For a black woman, shit, my grandma still got classified as a black woman, just because anything that's mixed as far as in America back then, my grandma was born in 1919, any person that was mixed back then in America was classified as a Negro. A lot of people don't know that. Like even Mexicans back then was classified as Negroes. Everybody was. You know what I'm saying? But so because my grandma had white in her, like passed for a white woman, looked white, well, that's like saying, okay, she not black. And if my grandma not black, then shit, I don't want to be black either. I don't care for that shit. If it's to that point, my grandmother's side, my mom's side, which is her mom, is a multi-generational mixed population of people. So if somebody was to tell me I need to get with a dark-skinned woman, black woman with kinky hair, it's like I don't even have those women in my family. Not saying I don't find those women attractive, but I don't feel like I'm obligated to just date a dark woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to be real with you, men in my family love dark women. But guess what complexion men in my family are? They're light skinned. All my uncles, especially my light skinned uncles, damn near used to, like, not damn near, they used to break character when a dark skinned woman came around. Meaning like they'd be real tough, real stern, real strict. But as soon as a dark skinned woman come around, oh, they being nice, keep sweat, they just, man, like generous, buying things, like that's how they was. And they always told me, like, man, the dark skinned woman, man, it's just something about them. So of course I always appreciated, our dark sisters too, our dark skinned sisters, but at the same time, I ain't obligated to date that because nigga, my mama don't look like that. My grandma ain't look like that, and her grandma ain't look like that, and her grandma. I got pictures of these people. So it's like, if black only mean dark skin, nappy hair, then shit, I guess I ain't black either. Even my kids come out all different complexions, and it's like my oldest child, she came out lighter, and me and her mom both brown skinned, but my child, she came out like way brighter than us. Then my second son, my third child, he came out brighter than us. But we both aren't light skinned. But at the same time, how? Well, because my mom is light skinned. You know what I'm saying? And I still have that under me. Like I have a sister where me and my sister both got the same mom and dad. But my sister was high yellow and I'm brown. So I could have been light skinned too, but it just didn't happen. My point in saying is that now you got people just divided. If you half black, they say you're not black no more. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these laws that was passed, let me just be real with you, for some of you folks that don't know nothing about American history and blacks in American history, is that the majority of these rights that was passed actually was passed because of a mixed black politician got inside the building. Prime example was Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass wasn't a full-blooded black person. He was half black. So if you say Frederick Douglass not black, he fought for, because he still was enslaved. Even if his conditions wasn't as bad, he still understood that slavery itself was bad, and he fought for people, and he actually made a difference. Same thing as Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall wasn't no dark-skinned black man, with nappy hair. He didn't look like Dr. Umar. He was he looked mixed. He was light skinned. He had straight hair. You know what I'm saying? Almost can pass for a North African, but he was, he was black. So it's so much division. We're using the internet to divide each other, and that's the most fucked up. And that's one of the biggest things that I start to see. And when I start seeing that we're using the internet to bring us to divide us, I feel like that's when the government kicks in. That's when they know it's time to kick in, which I feel like that's what's going on now. Yep. Yeah. Just up a little more. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah, right here is cool. Which I feel like, be real with y'all, when the government see that we ain't together and we don't stick together and shit like that, they no longer need us. And I feel like that's the shit that's really going on. I feel like the government, I feel like they realize that, shit, they don't need us no more. Crazy shit. Moving in? Moving in? Oh, okay. Yeah, take the stairs. Fuck. Hold on a second. Let's call my son downstairs. Hold on a second.